This is TVC News at 7. We're tracking developments in Benue State, where the death toll from Thursday's attack by suspected herdsmen on communities in Ukum and Logo local government areas has risen to 55. Governor Hyacinth Alia, who visited the affected communities for an on-the-spot assessment, condemned the invasion and warned that any native found collaborating with the attackers would face the consequences. He assured residents that the government is taking steps to address the security challenges confronting the state. According to the governor, 27 persons were killed in Logo, while 28 lost their lives in Ukum. He commended security forces for their bravery in responding to the attacks. Governor Alia appealed to residents to cooperate with security agencies by providing timely and accurate information that could help prevent further violence. Well, let's bring in, for more developments in Benue State, let's bring in the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor of Benue State, Terso Kula. It's good to have you join us. And our condolences, of course, with the families that have lost their lives in this recent attacks. But can you tell us really, help us provide more context to these attacks as to including the suspected perpetrators and what could be their motive?
I thank you so much for inviting me to brief you on what is happening in Benue. As you know, the governor made it very clear to everybody that the new wave of attacks is just like what was happening in the past. It's a clear indication of people intending to grab the land. The intention is to kill people, throw fear into people, scare people to run away for them to occupy the places. But as you may know, right from the beginning, Governor Hyacinth Alia, right from the beginning of his administration, he made it very, very clear to the people of Benue State that security of life and property is going to be the cornerstone of the manifesto of his administration. That he started very well and started making contacts with stakeholders in respect to security situation in the state. But in recent times, this ugly development has resurged, and the people, from all indications, are determined to destabilize the state and cause mayhem to maybe just what we are suspecting, scare the people away and occupy their homes and homestays. That is what is happening today. But then, like you already said, the governor is not resting at all. He has been up and doing. He has made contacts with the top-notch security agencies in the state, in the country, including the National Security Advisor and the Chief of Defense Staff, amongst others. Recall that the Chief of Defense Staff, a few weeks ago, just last week, sent a delegation here comprising top former retired generals and then the serving generals. They were here in the state to have on-the-spot assessment of what is happening. And they went around and met with some stakeholders, including traditional rulers and leaders of some villages.
Mr. Kula,
to know what is happening.
Yeah, I just, we hear reports that the governor is, of course, issuing a warning to the natives and saying that natives that are found collaborating with attackers will face consequences. Can you help us elaborate on that? What does that really mean? Does it mean that there are insiders collaborating with these attackers?
Yes, anybody who is invading a home, anybody who is invading a territory must have people who are in active connivance. They must have their collaborators who are insiders, who are aiding and abetting with information, and sometimes they even harbor such criminals to cause destruction, be it intentionally, locally. You have this support. So one would expect that the people cannot just dash into your territory or your state and begin to wreak havoc until they have those who are actually collaborating with them. And that suspicion has been there because we have His Excellency as the Chief Executive Officer of the state have gathered intelligence. For him to have said that, it means truly there is as much to be worried about the manner these people are coming in and the level of boldness they are exhibiting.
Just before I let you go, in 30 seconds, can you just tell us really what kind of support this, communities will be getting from the government? Because I can just imagine that most of them have been displaced right now.
Yes, and in respect to in two folds here, one, those who have been displaced are getting so much attention because it is not the wish of the governor. Remember, his main intention was to ensure that people who are hitherto displaced because of this crisis have gone back to their homes, and while that process was on, this has come again. And so the SEMA, State Emergency Management Agency, is up and doing. They have been visiting these places and providing relief materials to the affected victims. And then at the level of security, I can tell you that Reverend Father Hyacinth is one governor that have done a lot to provide logistics and all the needed support to security agencies and up to those on the field combating these crimes.
Oh, I'm afraid we might have to leave it at that. Hopefully we'll get to speak with you to give us some kind of updates and tell us really when this will end. Chief Press Secretary to the Governor of Benue State, Terso Kula, thank you so much for talking to us.
You're welcome so much.